February 16th. We'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Anybody in the audience have any questions pertaining to tonight's agenda? All right, move on to minutes from the previous meeting.
Make a motion to adopt the minutes as presented for February 2nd.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes from February 2nd. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Next, we propose ordinance and resolutions. First one and only one before this 1813, updating the fire cost recovery fund. This will be on second reading.
I'll make a motion, we adopt ordinance 1813 on second reading. Second.
Motion and second to adopt ordinance 1813 on second reading. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Department reports, we'll start off with Ron.
I have nothing for council.
Andy.
I don't have anything immediately, but I did want to make the council aware that we will, as a plan commission over the next few months, be having some public hearings. It won't be this month, but we're going to start the month after. We intend to make a series of changes to our zoning ordinances, both inside the city, updating some of the verbiage and language. We still have what's the really hazardous material? We take it out of everywhere. I'm drawing blanks right now.
Asbestos.
Asbestos. We still have asbestos listed as a acceptable material in some scenarios, which is neither here nor there because they're not really putting it out. We're updating some language. We're putting in a tiny homes and a lotting for tiny homes in a community similar as mobile home courts. We're also going to hopefully be putting in some verbiage around things that are on the horizon. We did expand our ETJ. We did put in our comprehensive plan, so we're wanting to put things in like, what if a carbon capture plant wanted to come in? Where would we allow that? Would we allow that? What restrictions? We don't have a solar ordinance, but we have a good size of ETJ, so we're considering, okay, let's take the counties and do what they're doing. If it makes sense in the county, it makes sense in our ETJ. Some of those types of things. What if a data center came? Part of our ETJ has the industrial corridor. So what kinds of restrictions would we want to put in place? Obviously, those will move through plan commission, and we would give a favorable, unfavorable, et cetera, but it's going to come to you guys. So I just want to make everybody aware that over the next few months, we're going to be putting in a lot of those types of things. So.
All right. Matt.
Just a couple real quick things. We got to use our lights on the mural for the girls' game last week. For the first time, we were able to turn different colors to show our support. Worked out really well from what I understand. We did. And then we had a positive interaction on Facebook with a recent Valentine's Day post.
I loved it.
That,
It was so good.
I did get interviewed by Wing 15 over that. Turned out pretty good. I thought it was a positive note for everything. So.
The amount of stuff flying around Facebook about how great that was and how awesome you guys are at the local PD was fantastic.
Yeah, I gotta thank our public relations liaison for doing that, so.
Good.
That's all I have to say.
Stuart.
We're gonna, in 2026, I'm going to be talking with the code council about garbage cans. Angela's been sending me some information about garbage cans from around the state. I've collected all the information from Angola, Leo, Hamilton, Garrett, Auburn, just to see what regulations they have for when you put a can out, where you have to store a can, when you have to have it back. Everybody has these regulations in place, it looks like, except us. And garbage cans are just being left by the side of the road. And it's very unsightly. I've had a lot of complaints from other people. And the way our code reads, there's not a lot I can do with it, at this point. So going to, council, not code council, and then we'll be bringing some changes to our current code on garbage collection. So, just giving you guys a heads up and to be aware of that.
What is the current, cause I've seen, garbage cans out on the road, I've seen them laying down in the.
Yeah, you know, when that starts to happen, that's usually the garbage collection that's doing that. So we contact them. There were a few weeks where they really had a couple of bad weeks. And we got them to come back and fix all that. Our current says, the council, I believe, has agreed to allow them, 48 hours. Like you set up the weekend before when collection was on Monday. Well, now our collection's on Wednesday. So if we still do the weekend before, that means you could set it out Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they pick it up on Wednesday, and then you could set it back out Saturday. And it says we're only allowed to have it out there for 24 hours, but we made some adjustments to it, but then our collection date got changed, so that we're gonna get some verbiage together that says we're gonna put a garbage can, code together, and it will be presented eventually, so. That's what we're working on. Yes, sir.
There was a couple of days though where it was 45 to 50 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, it'll blow, so yeah. That's Ohio's problem.
And as far as, putting the garbage out that early, a lot of that too kind of centered around for the big garbage day on the first of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are kind of looking at, okay, that, do it anyway. And
There's a lot of cans that never leave the curb. They just
Right,
leave
I
it
know.
there and they go out and put the garbage in it. Studying some verbiage. I did bring copies of other people's stuff for you guys so you can have them tonight, so you'll be able to study through them. Just make sure I get you one of these before you guys leave, okay? That's all I have.
Chris,
I have nothing for the common council.
correction,
I have nothing for council.
Kevin,
Nothing for council.
Don.
I was like, this is the second time he's
Did I skip
Andy,
over?
and I'm
Which
like,
one?
I guess Andy doesn't have anything to say tonight.
Oh, yeah. Andy, you have anything? Nope. Yeah. I just started marking off there, and I had myself. See, Don, you said no, correct?
I said no.
Angela,
I don't have anything either.
Tracy, you have anything?
I do not.
Jared?
Nothing.
Gail?
I'm just glad to see that we are getting things for the city, for the festival going on. I've gotten good comments also.
It's gonna be huge, I think it's gonna be really packed for 3 days.
And when's the meeting you guys gonna have? Maybe getting some volunteers
For what?
for getting volunteers.
Oh, we will have that, our Main Street meeting's tomorrow, so Butler Days is after that one. So that'll be at 7 o'clock. If anybody wants to help out for Butler Days, get on a committee, get assigned a task, or whatever, be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll just put you down for something, now we know
There
you're.
you go. That's fine.
We'll volunteer.
We'll put it in like
Charge of the total work.
Yeah. But that's all I.
Derek,
I have a question for Matt. How close to the intersection are cars allowed to park?
I'd have to give you I can tell you off the top of my head right now, but I've been a little more research as far as actual footage or measurements, that if a vehicle is in obstruction to the point of view where, or to the point where a vehicle turning cannot see or access the road properly, it can't be there.
Well, down the Walnut Street going towards Butler, there's a car parked there. Chris is shaking, he's seen it too.
And
You have to look out in the other lane, do a real quick turn back into the lane you're supposed to be in, even make the intersection.
Okay, where's that again?
It's at the end of Walnut Street, between Walnut Street and Butler.
Is that gonna be on the right hand side of the road that?
Yes.
North side.
They literally leave enough space for the mail truck to get to their mailbox right before the stop sign. They don't move for snow or anything, but if we have the same issue on the other end of Walnut, they park down there as well. It's both ends of Walnut, there's cars right by the stop sign.
Well, yeah.
There's a car at the intersection, you have to wait for that car to make that turn before you can pull up.
Go around it, yeah, I'd have to look at the statute a little closer on that, that's not one we regularly get complaints on. I do know that we had a trailer that was out there last week, then we had to deal with that.
This is closer to the intersection than the trailer.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do some digging on that for you, I'll let you know, but I also can look and see if, because when they redid Walnut Street, I can't remember if they put up the no parking signs in areas that shouldn't have it or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know,
Check on that too, because that
I
could.
don't know, but that's a snow route too, and I don't know if those signs are up either.
Snow routes up, no parking's up all the way down, I know on the south side of the road, I'm not sure on the north side of the road.
Well, we did find out when we did the Walnut Street, that the 100 block and the 200 block of Walnut cannot park on the north side.
On the north side?
On the north side, but for some reason, there's an ordinance that's been in place for a long time, that says you can park on both sides of Walnut Street. So I guess I would ask you guys as a council, do you want us to entertain something to the ordinance committee of not allowing parking on the 300 block on the north side, that way the whole north side is wide open?
Shouldn't be.
Well, something needs to be done, because Chris will tell you, when that trailer was there and this car was here,
Anything else, Aaron?
no, thank you.
Christie?
Today. I know, when everybody fall out of their chair.
I do not have anything. Does anybody in the audience have anything for the council? Not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
So,